Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Ivy League Analytical English. I'm Karen.
And I'm Wesley.
Today is September 14th, new semester. And today we're going to hear part 2 of the article that we started yesterday, a travel article entitled Taman Negara and Langkawi.
我们的中文标题是森林迷踪，大海遨游，马来西亚自然飨宴。
And yesterday we were talking about the jungle. We were talking about Malaysia's biggest national park that you can view from a very narrow walkway 40 meters above the jungle, which sounds really exciting and interesting. Or you can also choose to go on regular trails, and they will have you walking from maybe 30 minutes up to 5 hours. So there are lots and lots of choices if you like nature and wildlife.
好，那我们昨天提到它这个马来西亚这个国家公园啊，这个地方国家公园呢，它有树冠步道啊，离地40公尺，你可以在那里看到很美的景色。那也谈到说，你如果想要这个比较多一点刺激的东西的话呢，你可以去走他们的森林步道啊，尤其是可以在晚上去走，可以看到很多很稀奇的东西。
So let's revisit the Chinese title for today's article because it tells us in two parts, the two parts of our article. Our Chinese title is
森林迷踪啊，那大海遨游，所以昨天我们讲的显然是森林迷踪。
And today we're going to hear about
大海遨游。
Right, so now we're going from the mountains and the jungle to the ocean. So part 2. Once you've seen the best that the land has to offer, it's time to hit the high seas off the coast of northwestern Malaysia to explore the Langkawi district. This area is part of the Malaysian state of Kedah, and it features a chain of 104 islands. The best way to explore them is to hire a tour guide and set off on an island hopping tour. Though it's impossible to visit every island during your trip, make sure you pay a visit to Dayang Bunting, the second largest island in Langkawi. The island has an air of mystery surrounding it. In Malay, the name translates to the island of the pregnant maiden. As your boat approaches Dayang Bunting, you'll notice that the island's shape resembles a pregnant woman lying down. Viewed from the side, you can clearly see the island's elevated rocks shaped like her head, breasts, and stomach. One of the highlights of the island is Lake Guillemard, an enormous freshwater lake which is also known as the Lake of the Pregnant Maiden. According to legend, it's the place where Mat Teya first spotted the lovely princess Mambang Sari. He reportedly saw her by Lake Guillemard. The couple married and had a son, but he unfortunately died shortly after his birth. After coming to terms with their loss, they decided to lay his soul to rest in the gentle waters of the lake. As they did this, the princess whispered a prayer for women who want to become pregnant. It's still believed that any woman who wades in the waters of the lake will become fertile due to the princess's ancient blessing. The magic of nature can be found all over the nation of Malaysia, spread throughout its many islands and landscapes. Back to the beginning. Once you've seen the best that the land has to offer, it's time to hit the high seas off the coast of northwestern Malaysia to explore the Langkawi district. So here we've got a clear contrast that we discussed at the beginning of the program. Yesterday we were talking about the mountains and the jungles, in other words, the land, and now we're moving to the seas.
好，那 once 就是一旦你看过了 the best 啊，这最棒的是什么东西的最棒呢？ The best that the land has to offer 就是陆地能够给你的，能够提供给你的最棒的部分，也就是最棒的景色，就是我们昨天讲的那些东西。你看过之后呢 ，it's time 现在啊，我们可以去做什么了啊？我们可以去做什么呢？我们可以去 hit the high seas。The hit 就是去 go to 的意思啊，我们可以 go to the high seas。Yeah.
Right. And in English, we put it at the beginning. It's time to blah, blah, blah. In Chinese, you can put the same thing at the end. Blah, blah, blah. 的时间到了。
Yeah. 好，所以 it's time to do something。这英文是先讲在前面 ，it's time to 什么什么。那中文的话呢，你可以说做什么什么的时候到了，时机到了，时间到了都可以啊。中文可以放到后面去啊。那你可以去这个 high seas， 就是这个指这个大海啊，这个外海，这个 high sea 感觉起来就风浪很大那种感觉啊。
That means it's not shallow; it's already very deep there.
啊，所以它的意思，这个海在这里其实意思就是不是浅的，已经算是比较深的海了啊。然后呢，这个是在 马来西亚这个西北外海。那干嘛呢？去那边干嘛 ？To explore 去探索一下这个兰卡威的这个区域。
This area is part of the Malaysian state of Kedah, and it features a chain of 104 islands. Remember, we don't say 104 islands, it's 104 islands. We reminded you yesterday, we're going to remind you again today. I do this often because my students mostly don't know this.
所以要注意这104你是念104那个不是念104，不是那样子Karen 老师这一点，我第一次听他讲说，我其实有一点震惊因为我小时候我记得非常清楚，我们国中的时候教你要念104。
You guys are learning theoretical formal English. People are not listening to people speak. If anybody listened to a native English speaker speak, they would have noted that in actual speech, this is how we say it.
所以事实上他们不会那样讲，不会说100 and 多少多少，他直接100，然后后面直接加另外一个数字。
Yeah, what my point is, at the time, people were not listening. They were just passing on very old written records.
Yeah, 好，那我们小时候那个可能它是比较古老的，比较现在已经不太用的那种英文他把它写到课本里面去，没有去听人家事实上一般的 native speaker 怎么讲。
And not just old, it's also formal. We can still say it in very formal English, but not in colloquial English.
OK, 好，所以那个100 and 什么什么，那个是有一些很古老，而且最重要它是比较正式的英文，太正式了。所以你在不需要正式的场合讲很正式的英文，其实就是怪怪的。
There's another occasion when we might use it, and that's when we're being emphatic. Do you know how many people showed up? 104 people came.
那另外一个你会念的 one 的时候呢，就是你要强调你知道昨天多少人来吗？100多个人呢，跟中文一样，那个100多个你会特别强调，
exactly.
中文会把它念得很重，这样。OK， 好，所以这个要注意。那另外我们看到说，在这个地方的兰卡威呢，就是马来西亚这个吉打州的这个一部分。然后呢 ，it features 它的以什么为特色呢？它的特色就是它有这个一个 chain， 就是在这里是一个岛链就是一连串的岛屿啦，
列岛
或者列岛呀。可是它有104个岛，哇，这非常多。
The best way to explore them is to hire a tour guide and set off on an island hopping tour.
好，然后呢 ，the best way 最好的一个办法要 explore， 要探索这些岛屿的办法，最好的就是怎么样 is to 所以大家可以记得这个 chunk。The best way to 什么什么什么 is to 那要怎么做呢？你就是去 hire 去雇请一个 tour guide 一个向导，然后呢一个导游，然后呢 set off 就是 to start on a journey 那这里 set off， 然后呢后面一样接 on 你就出发前往一个岛屿不是一个岛屿，去一个 island hopping tour 就是跳岛之旅 ，hop 就是从一个岛跳到另外一个岛，那这样的一个 tour这很好玩。
Right, hop is usually 单脚跳. So
yeah.
He's hopping on one foot. You don't have to say on one foot. He's hopping across the room because he hurt his left foot.
所以 hop 通常是单脚跳的意思。那你用了 hop， 你就不用再讲这个
on one foot.
就不用再讲 on one foot， 因为通常它就单脚跳。
And it's also a manner of jumping. And it's what we usually use when we're talking about rabbits. The rabbit hopped across the room.
那它也可以指这种特别的跳法，例如说兔子那个跳也是 hop。
Yeah, 这样子的一个跳法。
Yeah.
So jump 好像比较均匀，那 hop 就是说一串4只脚，这样子。
I didn't know that's the way have rabbits jump.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Go to YouTube, I guess. Okay. All right, next paragraph. Though it's impossible to visit every island during your trip, make sure you pay a visit to Dayang Bunting, the second largest island in Langkawi.
好，那虽然呢，底下这件事情是不可能的。什么事情不可能呢？你如果要这个在你这一次旅程当中，你要去104个岛，每个岛都去，那当然不可能，104个，开玩笑
And some of them are probably very tiny.
Yeah, 也许其中有些岛很小，甚至于可能不适合登陆那所以不可能每一个岛都去但是呢 ，make sure 你一定要确定，你一定要 pay a visit to， 就是你一定要去 visit 这个地方什么地方呢？孕妇岛。
The island has an air of mystery surrounding it.
好，那这一个岛呢，它有一个氛围 air 就是一个气氛它有一个很神秘的气氛围绕的这个岛。
Right, sometimes it's Longzhao, but I think Longzhao in Chinese often is quite negative.
Yeah， 笼罩感觉起来好像不太好那种感觉。Yeah.
Right, yeah. So, but in English, it's about the same meaning. In Malay, the name translates to the island of the pregnant maiden.
那在马来文里面呢，这个岛的名字 translates to 就是可以直接翻译成为孕妇岛。
As your boat approaches Dayang Bunting, you'll notice that the island's shape resembles a pregnant woman lying down. And that makes me think of Guanyin I think in Yangmingshan. It also looks like a pregnant woman.
Yeah. 所以观音山也躺的看起来也像是个那个怀孕的妇女，或者就像个观音这样子。好，所以呢这个地方讲到说as 就是当你的这个船 approaches 接近这个孕妇岛的时候呢，你会注意到这个岛它的形状 the island's shape resembles 就是和什么什么相似，叫做 resembles 那它这个及物动词你后面直接就接它所相似的东西所以它 resembles 什么呢？它跟一个 a pregnant woman 很相似，它的形状跟一个孕妇很相似，但是呢这个孕妇她是 lying down 她是躺着的就侧面躺着的一个孕妇。
And she's probably very late in her pregnancy, if it's that clear, the shape of her tummy.
所以这个 late in her pregnancy 就是她可能怀孕的周数已经蛮多的了，已经几乎快要临盆了，所以你才能看到如果那个山的那个形状很明显的话，那个隆起的肚子如果很明显的话那你就知道她是 very pregnant.
It reminds me of a woman who I saw in a damaicang. She was a rather small Taiwanese woman, but her tummy was enormous. She wasn't fat at all, but her tummy was just enormous and firm. And I felt like, wow, that's amazing.
所以这个 Karen 老师他这个卖场看到一个孕妇，那孕妇瘦瘦的个子也小小的，但是她的肚子非常的大。
很挺
Wow.
I thought, wow, I bet that's going to be a really healthy baby.
Yeah, probably a boy.
That did not occur to me.
Really?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I just thought it must be a very 很健康的宝宝。
因为我们小时候听说这个肚子如果大的话，我不知道真的假的，肚子如果很大很挺的话，大概都是男生，不晓得。
I don't know,
you don't
but
think so?
No, because there are a lot of very large baby girls that are born.
Okay.
So I have my doubts. And I'm wondering if that's just the 重男轻女 or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
So viewed from the side, you can clearly see the island's elevated rocks shaped like her head, breasts, and stomach.
好 viewed from the side angle 就是这个从侧面的角度去看。那 viewed 各位注意到它是加 ed 因为它是被看这个分词它是被人家看。如果你从这个侧面的角度看过去的话它是被看的。那你可以清楚的看到这个岛屿呢，它的 elevated 就是它高起的这个 rocks 高起的这个岩石。那 shaped like 一样，它是用分词，它因为这个前面你可以说 which are shaped like 它的形状被塑造成像什么呢？像这个孕妇她的头她的胸部，还有她的 stomach， 还有她的肚子我想最明显应该就是那个肚子。
Yes, and stomach means weight.And it has nothing to do with your way.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
Way is where the food goes. That is not what is large. It's not your stomach that is large. It is we would say tummy. And tummy actually is a child's word for stomach. Stomach 把 s 去掉了 tum. So for stomach, we often say tum-tum for children. The candy is already in my tum-tum. So tum-tum or tummy is a child's word for stomach. But it also is a word for 小腹, which does not mean way. So when you're talking about 小腹 and you don't want to use a medical word, you can say tummy. She has a really flat tummy.
所以这个指小腹tummy 可以指小腹。tummy 首先它可以用来指这个泛指肚子，但是呢小孩子讲那是小孩子的语言。
Tum-tum and tummy.
Yeah. 那 tum-tum 或者 tummy。那如果说另外这个 tummy 这个字它其实有另外一个意思，是专门指小腹
Yeah,
所以
not your stomach, but your 小腹。
Yeah, 它特别指小腹所以你可以说这个 a flat tummy 就是它的小腹很平坦那就是非常棒的这个身材。
大家很羡慕的。
很羡慕的，尤其中年以后能够有平坦的小腹是不得了的。
That's right, especially if it's nice and tight and firm.
Yeah.
The more technical word for it, which we do use a lot, is abdomen. A-B-D-O-M-E-N. A-B-D-O-M-E-N, abdomen. So if you're talking about going to the gym, we will often talk about your abdomen or your abs. Those are your abdominal muscles, your abs, A-B-S.
好，那另外一个是 abdomen 它这个是比较 这个其实就比较术语哈，比较是这个专门的用语哈，那比较 technical 一点。那但是你如果说像去这个健身房什么的话，如果谈到腹肌的话，其实可以用 abs 这个词来表达啊，它指的是腹肌。
And abdomen is now stressed on the first syllable, but a long time ago it was stressed on the second syllable, abdomen. I think I still heard that when I was very young. But from a long time ago, it moved to the first syllable, so it is now pronounced abdomen by most people.
好，那这个字呢，以前比较旧的发音有可能会念成 abdomen 啊，那但是呢，现在一般的念法都是重音在前面。
Right. So when I saw stomach here, I really wanted to change it because here it is actually a euphemism. And we've told you this word many times. 就是委婉语。我们如果觉得讲得太露了啊，就是太露骨， we will pick a word that is less offensive or it sounds less graphic. So instead of saying her abdomen or whatever, we say her stomach. 就是不想要讲，那小腹要选一个适当的字，不太好选。So we often say stomach instead of saying some word for 小腹. But however I changed it, tummy was too colloquial, abdomen was too technical, so I didn't change it.
那所以这个地方呢 stomach 其实在这里指的是肚子那但事实上我们刚刚一开始就讲它指的原来是胃所以在这里为什么用 stomach 呢？因为你讲 tummy 的话好像太小孩子的感觉，
或是太口语
了。那如果是这个 abdomen 的话又太技术性太 technical，所以最后我们就还是用这个 stomach 这个字。就算了，它过去
because we use it often as a euphemism， 一个委婉语来指这个身体的部位。And just to remind you, euphemism is spelled E-U-P-H-E-M-I-S-M. When you see P-H, usually it's from Greek, not always. Shepherd 就是牧羊人，那个不是希腊文，那是 P 跟 H 本来是分开的。可是你看到 P-H 然后念作 F 的时候，almost all those words are from Greek. You means good, so it's a good way of saying it. 委婉语听起来比较好听一点 euphemism. Here, stomach is a euphemism. Next line, one of the highlights of the island is Lake Guillemard, an enormous freshwater lake, which is also known as the Lake of the Pregnant Maiden.
好，那 one of the highlights 就是这个亮点或者是这个重点，在这里我们可以翻成亮点这个岛的亮点之一呢是这个孕妇湖它是一个 enormous， 它是一个很巨大的淡水湖freshwater 就是淡水。那它的名字另外一个名字 which is also known as 也有人称它为
译称
就是译这个也是的意思译称这个孕妇湖the Lake of the Pregnant Maiden.
According to legend, it's the place where Mateya first spotted the lovely princess, Mambang Sari. Now, I may be mispronouncing this. If I am, somebody please check and tell me on Facebook.
好，所以 according to legend 这各位把它背起来就是这个传说或者根据传说，这个 legend 没有冠词也不加 s according to legend 就在这里呢 it's the place where 这就是什么什么发生什么什么事情发生的地方，这里就什么事情发生的地方呢这个 Mateya 他第一次 spotted 就是看到了这个可爱的公主这个 Mambang Sari 那这个名字呢就我们如果念错的话那这个麻烦你我查到正确念法的话这个请大家指正那也可以在这个 Karen 老师他的这个脸书上面告诉我们说这个事实上马来西亚它这个地方它这几个字怎么念。
I think Mambang Sari is probably okay, but I'm not sure about Mateya, so please let us know if we should correct that. Right, next sentence. He reportedly saw her by Lake Guillemard.
那 reportedly 就是据说他在哪里看到这个公主呢？是在这个 Lake Guillemard 这个地方。
The couple married and had a son, but he unfortunately died shortly after his birth.
所以这个故事不是说这个王子看上公主，结果两个人无法结合，两个都投湖了，没有那么惨。
There's some stories go that way.
Or
he had to go off to war and never came back.
或者是他要去这个打仗就没有再回来等等的不是他们两个人结婚了然后呢还生了一个儿子 had a son 但是呢这个儿子很不幸的出生之后没多久 after his birth 出生之后没多久他就死了那这个 after his birth 那各位我们中文讲说出生之后没多久好像感觉起来好像这是个动词但其实英文它是用名词 after his birth 简单明了。
And it was really, really common for babies to die soon after birth because they probably had a problem that we could easily solve now, but they didn't have that method of solving it back then. They didn't know what it was and they didn't know how to fix it.
Yeah.
A lot of babies died after birth. They did not survive very long after childbirth. A lot of mothers died during childbirth, often because maybe it was a breech birth, and when they were giving birth to the child, it couldn't come out well, and then the mother just died. That was extremely common.
Yeah, 这个从前的生产是一件不但辛苦而且危险的事情，常常要么就是那个产妇可能就死在那个生产的过程当中啊，那要不然就小孩生下来了，可是小孩有一些问题，那当时的医疗还不够进步，那些问题那时候人看到也不知道怎么解决，那小孩可能就这样子就夭折了。那这个事实上就算生出来了啊，长到1-2岁2-3岁3-4岁，夭折的机会还是很大。啊，所以你说像美国在17世纪的时候，那个时候大部分人生小孩都生很多。
That's right. Maybe 8, 9, 10, 12 more kids.
因为他长大的时候可能生3个、生4个。
Right.
生了8个小孩，可能长大剩4个啊，所以他们要这个才会说啊，能生就生这样子。
Do you have any idea how exhausting it is to be pregnant and give birth? You can imagine. You don't have to go through it. You can just imagine it. It takes a lot out of you. Because in China, they have this 坐月子 and everything. They know this is 真的很伤身体的。
很伤身体。
And so if you're not careful, you're going to have problems in the future. And if you go through this like 12 times in a lifetime.
Yeah. 啊，所以大家要孝顺妈妈，孝顺父母亲，这样真的是不容易啊。
Yeah, now we have the luxury of not having to have so many kids.
Yeah, 现在也许小孩不用生那么多了，可是你尤其妈妈如果做家事的话啊，妈妈如果还上班还要做家事。那真的是非常非常非常辛苦啊！真的要对妈妈好一点。那男士的话，要对太太好一点。
Daddy, no, not just 对太太好一点. You help with the housework.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
And
sure.
It's not helping, it's doing it together.
Yeah.
And that's really true.
不是帮忙做家事，是一起做家事。
Yes.
啊，这个各位先生们 ，Yeah.
Yeah, both of you work full time. There's no reason why the woman should do anymore. Yeah. All right. After coming to terms with their loss, they decided to lay his soul to rest in the gentle waters of the lake. Now, that's a very nice sentence.
Yeah. 好 ，come to terms with 就是接受的意思，尤其是接受一个这个 painful 或者是 difficult event 或者 situation 啊，你就接受了。他们终于接受了这个丧子之痛之后呢，他们决定要把他的 lay his soul 把小孩的这个灵魂哈，让他在哪里安息呢 ？To rest 在这个湖的这个温柔的水面里面啊，让这个小孩的灵魂安息。
As they did this, the princess whispered a prayer for women who want to become pregnant.
啊，他们在做事情的时候呢，就他们把小孩放到这湖里面的时候呢，这个公主呢，她 whispered 轻声的念出了一个祷告啊，祷告为谁祷告呢？为想要怀孕的妇女祷告。
It's still believed that any woman who wades in the waters of the lake will become fertile.Due to the princess's ancient blessing, just so that you don't actually become pregnant after just soaking in the lake. Then there's something fishy going on. Because there's a lot of Chinese stories where that happens. You look at this little piece of seaweed in the water and you go home pregnant. Now, we know what happened then. It wasn't just looking at seaweed in the water.
Yeah, 所以这个当然不是说光走一走就可以怀孕了，还需要这个你的 partner 的帮忙了。
Yeah.
那这个地方他说 ，It's still believed that 大家仍然相信任何一个妇女呢，只要这 wade 就是涉水而过，哈，通常表示你不是那么轻松的能够走，因为水会挡住你的脚步。
And the water is shallow.
然后那个水当然是浅浅的水哈，所以你如果在这个湖的湖水涉水而过的话，你就可以变成 fertile， 在这里意思就是可以生育哈。那因为这个公主她古老的这个祝福，你这个湖可以帮你怀孕的意思。
The magic of nature can be found all over the nation of Malaysia, spread throughout its many islands and landscapes.
好，那这个自然的奇迹、自然的这个魔法、自然的魔力，可以被在这个马来西亚到处都找得到啊！而且呢，它是 spread throughout， 这个 magic 是平均的遍及啊，马来西亚的很多岛屿，还有很多的自然景观。
So time to start planning your next trip. That's it for today. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.